professional or not. No! No! Don't shut me up!
Up about the old West Side Gun fourth rope T-shirts with the boy Virgil R.I.P. on it. It was kind of a mesh between Virgil Abloh and Virgil the wrestler who was with Ted DiBiase, and it was like a mesh up between, and it had it had basically Virgil Abloh's head on Virgil the wrestler's body, and it was super. People were not happy with this piece, and I have to say it's about goddamn time. Okay, it's about goddamn time. Why do I gotta act like I love West Side Gun? Why do I gotta love that? I don't know no West Side Gun songs. None of them. Okay? I like a little bit of rap with a little bit of drums and that shit, so I don't really be listening to West Side Gun like that. Well, let me tell you something right now. The shirts, it's about time that, see, when this came to light, when this was put out, it kind of reached outside of the wrestling stream, right? Of like, and it went into like the streetwear motherfuckers that are like, yo, and the sentiment was like, yo, I listen to West Side Gun, but why does his clothing suck so bad, right? That's what we were getting from the streetwear. Like, we listen to his music, but we don't know about wrestling crowd. And then the wrestling, they don't understand. They love the shit. Fourth rope all day. I see people wearing this all the time. Every show I go to, every event that is happening, there is a fourth rope tee there, a fourth rope hoodie, da da da. And look, let me keep it real. There's some good shit. He's got like a heel situation. I see where he does like hoodies and hats, new era fitteds, right? With heels logo on it. That's cool. I'm the real heel, honestly. If we're keeping it a buck, if we're keeping it 1,000. Who do you know has doubled up C4s on deck? Gotta probably move this just a bit much. But yeah, so I honestly though a lot of those t-shirts do suck, and always felt like this brand was so lazy. You know what I mean? When they're and the way that they get received in the wrestling world is like, this is gonna come from like a why is it not me standpoint, but why is it not me standpoint? How about that? Look, you're angry, you're upset. This isn't Virgil's honor. This isn't Virgil's name. What's the problem? No, I'm just kidding. This shirt sucks, and I think the real disrespect comes from the crossover part that it's trying to be, right? Because you got Virgil Abloh, who is a god at what he did and what he does, and the ideas that he got out while he was on this earth, and then you have Virgil on the WWF side that's just totally a fucking joke at the end of the day. Fucking pasta meat sauce. You know what I mean? He's a joke. So when you have the comparison of, okay, Virgil Abloh, one of the GOATs at what he did, to Virgil the wrestler, who's not anything at all other than a joke. So I don't think that would be probably the reason why the shit doesn't really work. And the shit's kind of, and the mock-ups, like, if I'm rich like that, I'm never having mock-ups. I'm having the illest product pics you could ever think of. Like, why did this dude not have no fire-ass product pics? He does like the heel shit, which I just said, I talked about, which is great. But there's no fire product pics on this brand. It's all like crazy mock-ups and lazy mock-ups. She doesn't say, but it sells. And I think that it's like, it's just kind of weird. Like, claiming things is weird, bro. But that sure was not cool. I think the general consensus can say, go back to the drawing board. Okay? But had an interesting situation this past week, man. Oh my God, bro. I got a neighbor who is straight schizo with it. Didn't really know this. Good looking gal. 2 dogs. Really doesn't give you the vibe at first that she is a schizo with like, just doesn't even make sense, like some serious mental issues. Obviously, you watch this podcast, I probably struggle with a lot of mental health issues as far as depression, negativity, outbursts, and lashing, things of that nature. But this is a little bit different. And but I had known this about her, but I was always stayed kind of friendly with her, and I don't really ever see her, but I'll shoot her a text like, "Hey, I got some mail outside. It's maybe in the way. Give me a minute. I'll get it out of the way," because she's right across from me. So, fast forward, my grandma Puckett, absolute legend, comes over and puts Halloween decorations on my porch. She does it every year. She loves it. She thinks my dog's bothered by it. My dog doesn't bother by it. She just loves teasing my dog. But she thinks that like it's gonna like she just really goes all out about this, and it's it's cool. I let her do her thing, whatever. Well, I got a text later that night from the neighbor, and it was like, "Hey, you like do you like who put your decorations up? LOL." And I was like, I'm not even going to respond because I just wasn't in the mood. Because, like, one time, this is how I knew she was crazy, right? Like, one time, the first time I started texting her, I stopped texting her because my phone died and I fell asleep. And she had called me and left me 4 voicemails back to back. Like, we're not dealing with a person that's truly sane in that regard. So, I knew that. So I was like, I don't even want to text her back, right? So I'm like, so then she starts blowing me up and she's like, "Do you like Halloween?" LOL. That's a rhetorical question. LOL. "Your little fucking Halloween decorations can't hurt me, asshole." And I was like, what the fuck? So it's shit like that, right? So I'm like, oh my God. So my door, bang, 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 bang. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Then next fucking like 5 more minutes, I hear bang, 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 bang. Then I hear, "You don't even know, you fucking asshole." And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm obviously not coming to the door for this crazy bitch. Now I'm like, my Halloween decorations have set her off into some crazy schizo spell. And now I'm the fucking goddamn victim of it. So, I ordered some DoorDash in between this time period. And I opened the door, and there's a letter outside that she had left for me that says, "Fuck you. You don't even know you're going to hell in a handbasket, asshole, being a rebel at 33." I'm like, what the fuck? It's like a 48-year-old woman, too, by the way. So I'm like, going to, what the fuck? This just really got her turned up to the max. But I'm not responding or anything. So I get my food. Bang, 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 bang. Again, I'm like, yo, what is going on, bro? So I'm like, yo, fuck this. I'm like, and she's like, talking to my dog through the door. She's going, "Hi, D, hi, D." So I'm like, just leave it alone, leave it alone. So I lay down, right? So I finally lay down, and I'm like, all right, she's gone away. 4 in the morning, I hear some metal thing just completely fucking go up against my door. Just, brrr. And she goes, "I'm not going away. I'm not going away." And she's repeating this outside my door. So now I'm like, this is just scary as fuck. Because I'm in bed. I don't know how the fuck this bitch could come in, maybe kill me. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I'm like, yo, I got to call Sarge. And you already know from past episodes, calling Sarge, not the greatest thing. So I had to call Sarge. Sarge comes out. I said, yo, I got this bitch. She's banging on my door. She's blowing up my phone. I'm scared. It's 4 in the morning. Like, what are we doing? So Sarge opens up the door. He opens up the door, and it's not the same cop, but it's a cop who knows about me and knows I hate fucking Monroe cops and I'm a dickhead wheelchair guy, whatever. So he shines a light on the ground, and he goes, "I want my book back, bitch." And just looked at me. Now, this is another note that I didn't know that she had left in between this time. And she gave me a book. That's also how I know she was crazy. She gave me a book that basically said, like, some Jesus shit. And I just threw it away, like, a long time ago. And now she's, like, remembering it and, like, trying to bring it to light, right? So I'm like, yo, telling the cop, like, what's going on. I'm shaking. I'm so mad and, like, kind of scared at the same time because I'm like, yo, I got this evil chick that's, like, schizo gonna fucking kill me. So the cop is, like, talking to me or whatever, and he's like, well, how do you know this person? I was like, she's my neighbor. She lives right there. And she's like, well, what's her name? And I was like, honestly, I just have her saved in my phone as neighbor, dude. Like, I don't know this bitch like that. So then I said, but this is what's going on. I said, she's fucking crazy as fuck, dude. And he goes, well, do you want me to knock on her door? And I was like, yes! So I close my door. He knocks on her door, and she opens the door, and she's instantly going, "Hi, Austin. Hi, Austin. Hi, Austin," across the door to the cop at like 3 a.m., trying to talk to me through the fucking door. In between. The cop is like, well, I got called out here for a reason. She goes, why? Because I called him out for being a Freemason? Like, that's the type of random thing that she had came up with in her head, that I was a Freemason. And that was pretty wild. Pretty wild. So the cop did nothing and he shut the door. And then later on the next day, I got a knock and I didn't answer it. And it said, I'm going away. I will, you don't have to worry about me. I will be leaving. I'm going away. And I was just like, whatever, bitch, get the fuck out of here. I respect mental health shit and I understand it. But like, at this point, you're a goddamn nuisance to me. Like, you are fucking being a goddamn nuisance. Like, when I called that cop, I called him to fucking lock her ass up, bub. Let's go. Get her ass out of here. I can't fucking do shit. But this bitch is banging on my door at 4 a.m. talking about I'm not going away. Talking about I'm a Freemason. Shit is seriously not right. So I haven't heard or seen a peep from her. I hear her dogs inside, so I don't know or want to even think about what's going on there. But haven't seen them outside, and that's kind of what's going on in that situation. In the meantime, I'm fucking dealing with this apartment. They got my apartment completely. Dude, you don't understand. I tried to live in a handicap apartment, right? Trying to find an ADA accessible apartment. If you were a child molester, it would be easier to find a place for you to live than it would be to find a handicapped person to live. Dead ass. There are no ADA apartments, no ADA sections, no handicap units anywhere. I'm not even talking about limited to price. I cannot find a handicap apartment in Dayton, Ohio. So now I'm in this regular ass apartment trying to make it handicap, and it's fucking hell. I got this little county thing, right? Waiver that will pay for some things and not pay for some others and whatever. So there, I fucked up my floor because you gotta understand. Bringing a electric wheelchair in your house every night, it's like bringing a fucking car in your house every night, bro. Like, you just drove that shit everywhere, dragging things in. It's pivoting, so the wheels just ripping this cheap-ass carpet apart. So they ripped my carpet apart, and then they basically just had no plans afterwards. So now I'm just chilling in this apartment with no fucking floor. It's insanity. And so we're just working on, we know we have some plans to move forward and get, first of all, it was vinyl to get in, but they think I'm going to fuck that up too with my chair. So now they kind of want to just get linoleum, get it painted and put some fucking linoleum thing down and just call it a day. And I'm cool with that, whatever, that'll look cool. And, I don't think my chair will fuck that up too much. So that's a good thing. But just dealing with that, man, and then dealing with the neighbor, it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then, I could honestly say, though, drop some hats, which also were a pain in the ass, but we sold those out, which are cool, It kind of, I'm still battling with that. Do you stock things? Do you not stock things? Do you pre-order things? Do you not pre-order things? How does it fucking work? But, and that's 9 years in, which is odd and strange, but that is what it is. But look, man, it's the Pucks Out Here podcast, episode 11. I appreciate everybody tuning in, getting it in. You know what I'm saying? We just dropped this pod when we feel at this point, but no, we're on track. I'm getting on track with this. I'm trying to, get it to fucking where I want it to be. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult when you are depressed sometimes and you're fucking sad as fuck. And you don't want to be talking to motherfuckers. But then you get in this kind of zone. You're like, dude, I can't wait to get up on here, talk about some shit, and that's that. One thing I've been noticing, I've been listening to Jay Electronica. Look, bro, I love Jay Electronica. I am a Muslim radical when I listen to Jay Electronica, period. This motherfucker has some of the hardest bars that you could ever hear, but you got to listen to mass Louis Farrakhan verses before you can even hear him rap over some hard shit over a loop for a minute, because there really don't even be songs. Jay Electronica made a structural song in his fucking life? This guy is total just like rapping, just like the best J Electronica is like, oh, okay, he found a loop, an interesting loop, and he raps over it, and he drops it so weird. He drops it with these three projects at once. They're called these different things. The artwork is weird. P. Diddy is in the intro, but the intro is the hardest fucking song. Abracadabra, produced by Conductor. Another joint, Ashes to Ashes. I mean, there are some heat on this J Electronica, and that is what I've been bumping pretty much religiously, no pun intended, on that. I don't understand this guy. I don't understand his motive. I'm not dissing him. This is just what it is. But his creative way of getting out whatever he's trying to get out, it goes over my head and then some. But sonically, dude, he just has some of the greatest records, some of the greatest bars. And I would definitely tell you to, skip that intro and listen to Abracadabra. That song will have you fucking ready to run through a wall afterwards. Why you act like you got a chip on his shoulder? Bitch, I got a whole fucking clip on my shoulder. Bitch, I got a whole fucking ship on my shoulder. Like, this motherfucker, when I heard that, I started running around my apartment on my wheelchair going, ah! Real shit. Real shit. But listen to some of that, obviously. Listen to just got into the Mobb Deep album. I like the Mobb Deep album production-wise. It's fucking incredible. These beats are insane. Havoc out. I mean, you can turn it up to the maximum. It's not going to distort, which is how I judge all projects. Can I turn this shit up in my shit Honda and it not go But yeah, I just think, that's been just such a good year of music, man. 2025, great year of music. Great year of music. And I'm still on the Tyler, man. I'm still on the Don't Tap That Glass. I may move that Tyler up. I may just throw Cardi out of the top 5. I hate to do that, but that fucking album came out in March, and there's been so much heat that's came out after. I may have to throw you out, Cardi. I'm sorry. Great album. Love what you're doing. But I'm trying to go see you on October 28th in Columbus, Ohio. But I do not, I just feel like that Tyler album is just goddamn insanity, man. And just the way he branded that album, and Don't Tap That Glass, love that album, bro. But yeah, that's just the shit I'm bumping right now. The Cool Kids album was cool. Just made me kind of go back into their archive and shit, pretty much. But I'm still trying with that one, but it is what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the Pucks Out Here podcast, episode 11. We'll be right back. I'm performing at the Charlie Kirk halftime show. I'm bringing back the career. I'm bringing back the raps for the Charlie Kirk halftime show. Y'all want a white American? Okay? Y'all want to bitch about Bad Bunny? Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. Y'all want to complain about that? Okay, guess what? I'm back, and I'm performing. Have the wife call me. No, I'm kidding, but isn't that so fucked? These motherfuckers throwing their own Super Bowl. I'm going to watch. Like, I got to have a simulcast going on. I got to have the Bad Bunny, and then I got to have the American, whatever, the Charlie Kirk Foundation Super Bowl halftime show. What the fuck? Trump got to pull up to that. Are you kidding me? That's got to be, if Trump don't pull up to the Charlie Kirk halftime show, shit's a dud. Shit's a dud. That is so crazy that they would make something like this. Then I saw on Complex a guy who his kid got Charlie Kirk paperwork, like a pamphlet. His kid got like a coloring book and all this kind of goddamn bullshit. Kids like in elementary school talking about how amazing and what a great American Charlie Kirk was. This motherfucker's an elementary dog. I'd be going to the school and socking the fucking teacher in the face. Period. You're getting smacked. What are you doing? What are you doing teaching my kid that? Are you fucking stupid? That's the type of shit, though, that we got. That's the type of shit that when you watch, I'm watching Channel 5, the Charlie Kirk the Charlie Kirk fucking, what is it? The memorial. They got Arizona Stadium packed out. They got it packed out. I've been there. I've done a fucking tour of that goddamn stadium before. State Farm. Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald. You know, I don't know why, but me and my friends always had this like weird rumor that Larry Fitzgerald was gay when we were in high school. I don't know if that's true. Shout out Larry Fitzgerald. I don't know if you're gay, bro. I fuck with you if you are, though. Whatever. But yeah, so they packed this out. So you're going to what I'm trying to say, I'm sorry. I got away from what I was trying to say. But what we're going to have here is I was watching that and I'm like, this is like people that are in our schools, like as our landlords, as our, bankers, like as our teachers. But if you want to lose any type of hope in America, I definitely would watch the Charlie Kirk memorial from Channel 5 because they packed it out for a racist guy who debates fucking college students. They packed it out for a guy who said, if my daughter was 10 years old and was pregnant by whatever means, the birth would go through. That's what he said. And this guy has got a packed house. Not arena. You know, the arena, you know what I'm saying? You pack an arena out is one thing. Packing an arena out is crazy. But they're packing out a stadium for this boy. It's over with, bro. America's cooked. America, you're so fucking cooked. Let me be Prez, bro. Dude, me Prez? That'd be hard as fuck, man. I'm giving fits to everybody. Everybody gets like a couple of G's to get it, but they gotta spend it on fits. And I gotta see in the itinerary books, did you spend this $3,000 on getting your fucking wardrobe right? Why am I even talking about a wardrobe? You should see my wardrobe. It's like 5 pieces because I like throw away things and then like whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I gotta talk about something special when we get back. It's PucksOutHere podcast, episode 11. We back. Can I just say I was watching the 50 Cent. I was watching the 50 Cent New Breed DVD that came with Get Rich or Die Trying. Not the album, but it was the DVD that came with the shit. Rappers aren't putting DVDs out with their albums in 2025. Where the DVDs at, rappers? Okay? But he had this, and I was watching this the other night, and I'm just like, it made that album even crazier, that the New Breed documentary. It showed so many behind the scenes things. It showed, I remember they had this concert and Eminem, I think it was in Detroit, and it was concert footage from Eminem and 50 Cent and the whole G Unit behind them. These motherfuckers had the whole Queens, Detroit, everybody behind them. And the fits were so 2003. Shit was incredible, bro. Then he had like a special music video with that shit called Heat. Y'all remember the Heat music video that was on the New Breed DVD? It was like a video game, and it was such a good storyteller. It was like the homie was playing his homie, and 50 Cent was in the video. It was crazy. It kind of scared me, honestly. It was like a dark. Heat was a dark song when that came out. So the New Breed DVD was like, bro, I'm watching that, like it brought me back to like 5th grade immediately. Like, when this beef cocking and dumping the drama brings me nothing to me, I'll ride by and blow your brains out. Come on, man. That's a regressive record, but we just never saw no shit like that, you know what I mean, me at 5th grade, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know G-Unit was bubbling and he had the job beef and people who were tapped in the mixtapes, the G-Unit mixtapes and all that, but we were just suburban kids in 5th grade in Centerville, Ohio. So, our first introduction to 50 Cent was Wankster. Our first introduction to 50 Cent was In the Club. But then it was this album that was like, yo, what the fuck? So it was just super polished, but super raw at the same time. Pause on all of that. Jimmy Iovine, Dr. Dre, all of them had that fabric so tight, man. But the New Breed DVD, back to New Breed DVD, they had the Heat DVD, and then it ended with the AOL Sessions performance of Wankster. When I tell you the AOL Sessions G Unit, 50 had the hardest fit I have ever seen in my life. This dude had the green and orange fitted on with a do-rag, Iverson headband, and then a matching Celtics jersey that wasn't Larry Bird, because we don't fuck with Caucasians. Incredible. Watch the New Breed DVD. There's a couple of different ones, but make sure you get the ripped one. It starts with them in Detroit. Sorry. And it's just an incredible piece of thing. But rappers aren't doing that. Rappers aren't becoming 3D like they were, man. 50 Cent was a 3D artist, man. And then he went on to make like these games that I want to talk about at a later time too. But you know what I mean? So shout out 50 Cent. And come on, man. It's amazing. But you know what I mean? But I appreciate everybody tuning in to the podcast, man. Episode 11, I've been doing some therapy, and it's really been going well. We're like on a session 3, 4. The girl is like came from where I came from. We went to the same high school. I'm obviously older than her because I'm a goddamn unk. And she's younger than me, but I mean, she just has such a grasp on it. And, she's giving me this goddamn workbook, man. It's real in the field. I got homework. I'm saying my boy 33 doing homework. But, it's a little journaling, just trying to learn about just not being so hard on yourself. I think, the one thing about me is I'll not do this pod for, whatever, and then I beat myself about it, and it even goes longer of me not coming out with a dope-ass fire little episode because I am, depressed or mad. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, and then I beat myself like, dang, now you never did one. God, you're a bum. You can't get one out a week. You're a fucking loser. What else do you have going on? Sorry, dark, I know, but this book teaches you not to do that. So we're excited about that. We're very excited about that. But, yeah, man, my goal, like I say this every time, but I got to get the homie from Data on here. Got to get a lot of things going on. But I appreciate you guys tuning in to the podcast, episode 11. Pucks out here. Let's go.